Sight towers in there. Screw it, let's do our obnoxious intro. I'm Evan.
I'm Billy.
This is Mud League.
Inaugural tournament. We've got
Shaking my head, Billy.
I know. Alright, we've got a ZVP here. Right now Nightfall has a 1-0 advantage on Nano. Spawning in the upper left hand position is the Zerg Nightfall. And over here in the upper right hand position is the Protoss Nano. And Nano trying to fake out Nightfall, telling him it's in the bottom left, and it doesn't look like Nightfall falls for it.
Nano's got himself psyched out. They need to stop talking and start playing.
And
he's already canceled the pylon.
Wow, he's told him where he is. He's actually being truthful. But he's supply blocked and everything else. Yeah, all that talking didn't do much for him.
Nightfall, very cocky this tournament. Billy, my fellow caster, shaking in his boots, which are probably pink like the rest of him. But hopefully we'll see an upset from Billy.
They're red, and they go with anything.
they faded in the dryer.
Alright, we've got the scouting probe actually checking upper left first, believing in his brother's story.
A weirdly defensive fashion tip from Billy.
And Nightfall going macro this game. He's going hatch first.
He does. Last game is probably the only game we haven't seen him go heavy macro.
Yep. And
although I guess you could call a proxy hatchery is an early second hatchery, so
that's true. Nano deciding to take one of the gases, but you know, every time Nightfall's gone early Zerg speed, he's only taken one.
True, and he canceled it anyway.
Yep. And they continue to talk. I would be searching for all sorts of cheese at this point, because usually talking is an indicator of that.
Yeah.
He's got two zealots queued up in the gateway. He doesn't have another pylon coming here, so he's going to find himself supply blocked again.
He sure is. He's very distracted. He's got a blimp just lording over him. He's been found, by the way.
Yes, and Nightfall called him out as a liar.
Both players have found each other, known as the middle site. Let's get a good, satisfying, large map game out of this.
Yep.
Last game, despite being just blown away, Nano's doorman was surprisingly effective despite not having a hold command. It's unclear whether he knows how to use that, but he knows how to build it at least.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing there was the Zerglings didn't quite have speed yet, so even though the Zealot got pulled off the line, he was able to make his way back before too much happened.
True.
And once again, he's got the wall off happening. His cyber core is just finishing. He's building a stalker to get rid of that Overlord. Nightfall, knowing it, is starting to move the Overlord away.
Two Zerglings coming over to see what's going on in the east.
Yep. He sees a forge being built.
Yet again, pretty early forge.
Yep. Still no warp gate research happening. Heading over here looking at Nightfall. Looks like he's just macroing up at this point. He's supply blocked currently, as is Nano. And Evan, you're lagging.
I'm back.
There we go. You're checking on your stream?
Yeah. Very econ game so far.
There you go. That Stalker's looking for the Overlord. It's scooted away at this point. Right about now, it'd be good to see Nano go ahead and take a second. It's obvious that Nightfall's going for an econ build.
I don't know about you, but I hope we see some epic cheese. We're not seeing any of it so far.
No, I understand he actually Nano won one of his games against See No Evil with a Dark Templar rush.
He did. No sight to deal with it.
Yep.
And you got him with that. He had no sight to retaliate, and you had an observer just watching his DTs come up, and you just picked off those DTs.
Yep. I got a couple of nice force fields on the ramp the second time he tried to push up as well, kind of separate the army in half.
On the other hand, Nightfall doesn't usually go straight for much sight either, so...
Yeah?
Actually, Yeah, DTs would work really well against Nightfall if you did it right.
Well, you might get a chance to see that in the next match.
Oh, Billy, I hope we do.
I
All the
know.
guys.
I think it'll probably be you and John casting. I'm guessing because Mike's gone. You might have a solo final cast. This could be your big casting career.
My casting career begins
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
now. Kind of nasally.
Got one zealot on the way out. Warp Gate research finally starting. We do have
Nano
the.
gets sort of odd diagonal wall like his brother does.
Yep. It's a cannon in there. He's going to make Zerglings, if they're going to come in, they're going to have to run a long way.
Wolf getting a pretty decent mineral surplus going.
Mm-hmm. And
Nightfall.
interestingly, Nightfall Spore Crawler. I'm curious here how much of this he's hearing.
Oh, he does. No, he does. That's been a pattern for Nightfall. Second game, he suspects a change in strategy, and he suspects air. He's done it against everyone, and usually nothing comes of it.
Well,
but,
that's also his detection for Dark Templars, so.
absolutely.
Yep. So we've got some Zerglings out on the map at this point. 7 Zerglings making their way across. Nano's got 4 Zealots and a Stalker. Shouldn't be too big of an issue here.
No. Their objective is going to be to box him in, make sure he doesn't expand too much.
Yep. He's doing
More
the...
gateways. No. He's getting a robotics facility.
Alright.
So both sides are actually taking up a bit. Nightfall is getting a third, so he's going to have the econ advantage as usual.
There's evidently a hole in the wall the Zerglings can fit through right where the Stalker's sitting, because one Zergling tried valiantly to run through, and his body kind of kept going as the Stalker finished it off.
It's a cool animation, actually, the momentum thing.
Yep.
You see it with all units, too, even heavy stuff. Nightfall has sort of a strange turret pattern going on here. He has a spore up front behind the Evo chamber, along with the spine. Just sort of a hodgepodge.
Yep.
Aggressive tumors, as usual, from Nightfall.
Yep. That's a long map to have to get the highway across on.
Yep.
And
Gonna have trouble highwaying that big map.
Nightfall, an observer, he's sending a changeling in to see what's going on. Twilight Council, he sees the photon cannon, sees the changeling. Evidently isn't an auto attack thing anymore. I guess you actually have
He's
to
manually attacking his own pylon to set that zealot free.
Oh boy. Well, he's got plenty of supply to let that go. The changeling sees the Twilight Council finish. You'd think next is probably a Dark Shrine. Not going to be that effective given the spores and overseers already on the map.
That's true.
We got an Immortal coming out. That could be good. We got a Hydrodin and a Roach Warren coming, so that'd be definitely really good against the Roaches.
Yep.
That Immortal, I don't know if it can make it out or not with the gap between the Cyber Core and the ramp.
If Nightfall commits to Roaches while Nano is doing these Striders and Immortals, he's going to be in good shape in terms of units. But still, I think Nightfall's just going to out macro him if it keeps going at this pace.
So we actually have a push out here from Nano.
Shelf push.
Yeah, we got four Stalkers, 5 Zealots. 5 Stalkers, 5 Zealots. Coming in on the third here for Nightfall. And he's actually
Pretty
using...
effective little drone attack.
Yeah, he's using the shelf as kind of some good cover.
His observer had vision on that third for a while.
And if you look at the units, there's only 6 Zerglings on the map right now.
He is hardcore econ, and Nano is reaching out and putting a dent in that.
Yep.
He's just pumping out, what is he pumping out? He's pumping out 12 Hydras.
12 Hydras, that's the answer here.
Not that effective against this army, really.
No.
He's pop the eggs, I don't know why he's doing that.
That's not going to work out so hot either. That one Immortal, has it made its way to the army yet?
I think it's chilling at home.
Yeah, the one Immortal's up front, that'd be really good to have. He actually was content with that. He's going to hit and run and move on back.
That was an effective attack from Nano. He did put a hole in Nightfall's macro plan.
And back at home, Nano's actually put up 2 Stargates now, and he's going Phoenixes. So I think he's going to go try and do some more mineral line harass.
More harassing.
Yep.
You know what? Just messing with Nightfall's econ is the right play. He did well there. Looks like we have a counterattack coming.
Yes, we do. So first 2 Phoenixes are out. They're actually shooting down an Overseer.
The Hydralisks are stopping to try and deal with that.
Yep, he's going to try and save it. Oh, oh man, those Hydras just ripped through.
Saved it. We're seeing a lot of that this tournament where things with just ridiculous range just pop at the last second. Another Immortal coming out.
Yep.
Good army for Nano to deal with this enemy.
Yep. 11 Roaches in production. A couple more hatcheries coming down for Nightfall, so he actually has a 3rd and a 4th now.
He does. Or he will if they don't get shot down by any more harassment. Nano better not let himself get boxed in.
He's got Ventral Sacs on the Overlords, and this is going to be a doom drop here. Everything's loading up into the Overlords right now.
Interesting. Nightfall, he's not going for his usual play, which is to just dominate the econ game. He's going to do a big drop here.
The Overseer, he's got observers there, and
Phoenix see this coming.
He's got an observer on it. The 2 Phoenixes, unfortunately, aren't going to be able to do enough damage to stop this.
They kill 1 loaded transport.
Yep. All right, they're all dropping down.
Unload. They're unloading to fight these Phoenixes. It's got Queens in there too.
Yeah.
Nano, his main force isn't moving. He needs to get his main force up on his main shelf and see what's coming here.
Yep. Well, he knows it's coming. He's actually putting photon cannons down.
Can he fit through there?
Well, the observers or the Immortals have been able to make it out, but it's definitely a choke point, and he's actually going the wrong direction here.
He sure is.
Does he have a mothership core? He does not have a mothership core to overcharge with.
That is bad. He needs that overcharge. His main base is overloaded with workers, too. He needs to move those.
So he's decided to go for a base race here. It looks like he's sending his army back across the map, trying to get Nightfall to pull back.
He could have beaten this force. I think he overestimated Nightfall's attack here.
Yep.
He is base racing. He's warping boys in. Where are they?
He can't. He's supply blocked completely.
I just saw a warping go out somewhere.
30 capped.
I just coming across the field. Immortals tearing up those buildings.
Yep.
We've got Zerglings resisting at home.
So what we need to see Nano do here is get some of these probes out of there and start building stuff. And
absolutely needs to run south, get a secret base going.
Yep.
Both sides have heavy mineral surpluses.
There's some roaches getting that just came out of the 4th to try and thwart the attack. It's not going to be enough.
Not much attrition loss for Nano. He's doing well up here. But if he doesn't escape, some probes trying to... No, they're not.
No, and actually, you have
Nightfall's
Nightfall.
pulling back.
No,
he's moving drones forward for some reason.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and assume the base race. So he pulled about half of his units back, and he's got the other half continuing to take down Nano's base, and then he's
That's
expected.
the right response.
And there you go. You see the probes kind of walking past the secret expand for Nightfall.
Probes finally escaped.
And there's actually 2 of these coming up here. Nano's going to find one of them with his probe train, maybe? No, he's just going to keep going.
Nightfall dealing with this. He needs to not take attrition damage here. He's lost 2 Immortals.
Yep.
They're focusing those Immortals because they know that the heavy hitters. 1 survives. We've got those desperate spines. Those haven't been very effective so far this tournament. Nano avoids them.
He's trying to take the Roach Warren down.
He is. More Striders getting lost to that attrition. Those drones tearing them up.
And interestingly, Nightfall, not a lot of banked resources at this point.
Yeah, he spent all of them. No, that was smart. He spent all of them. Nano finally starting a new Nexus. Nightfall's way ahead of him in terms of just spreading hatcheries across the field.
Yeah, and if you look at the units tab, there's still 11 Hydras and 12 Roaches out on the field, and only 3 Stalkers.
In the northeast corner. Yep. Along with some Queens just chilling. I think they're too slow to make a difference here. That invasion force, Muta is coming out from Nano, and from Nightfall, I should say. Nano's invasion force finally dead. We finally see those spines do something in decision left.
I actually think that's probably GG.
That's a good game.
Yeah,
Nano
Nano's...
should have faced that attack, in my opinion.
Yep, and there's Nano calling the GG 2-0. Nightfall makes it through the Challengers bracket.
That's the end of the semifinals.
Rawr.
Next, we've got Billy, Dedis, see what color he goes, versus Nightfall. My money's on pretty pink.